There is a city in Texas with a flag designed by a sixth grader. That's not a criticism. That's the official record. In 2019, the city of Ranger, Texas, selected its municipal flag from roughly 100 designs submitted by local school children. A panel of civic leaders picked a winner. The flag went up. Life moved on. 3 years later, the North American Vexillological Association surveyed over 300 city flags. More than 2,800 people participated. Ranger, Texas came in last. Out of 312 flags rated, it scored 0.94 out of 10. That is the floor. Today we're moving through all three levels: city flags, state flags, and the flags of sovereign nations. Bad design doesn't respect borders. The evidence is everywhere. The North American Vexillological Association, NAVA, has existed since 1967. Over 1,100 members, more than 30 countries. In 2006, vexillologist Ted Kay compiled a 16-page design guide called Good Flag, Bad Flag, $2.99. No government has an excuse for not reading it. 5 principles. 1. Keep it simple. A child should be able to draw it from memory. 2. Use meaningful symbolism. Colors and shapes should reflect something real about the place. 3. 2 to 3 basic colors, not 8. 4. No lettering or seals. If you have to write your city's name on the flag, the design has already failed. Ted Kay's words, not ours. 5. Be distinctive. Don't look like every other flag on the pole. Everything that follows is measured against those 5 principles. In 2004, NAVA surveyed 150 city flags. The lowest score went to Pocatello, Idaho, 1.48 out of 10. The flag had the city's name on it, clip art imagery, and one detail that became a legend in flag circles: a copyright notice printed directly on the flag itself. In May of 2015, radio producer Roman Mars gave a TED Talk titled "Why City Flags May Be the Worst Design Thing You've Never Noticed." Watched over 7 million times. Mars called Milwaukee's flag a cluttered committee design from 1955, one of the biggest train wrecks in vexillological history. He named Pocatello directly. Pocatello responded. A global redesign competition drew more than 700 entries. A new flag debuted in 2017. By the 2022 survey, Pocatello had gone from dead last to number 11. Ted Kay called it from zero to hero. Milwaukee has still not changed its flag. Tampa adopted its first flag in 1930, designed not by a graphic designer, but by an accountant. A city council member who once carried it at a public event said, "I was proud to carry it because I'm proud to represent our city, but I'm not proud. This is the flag that represents our city." Then there's Ranger, a Texas Ranger badge, a historic oil rig, the local school district's bulldog mascot, 1 flag, 0.94 out of 10. In the 2022 NAVA survey, over 60% of American city flags received a D or an F. The overall average, a D+, Tulsa, Oklahoma, which replaced a seal on a blue background with a bold, readable graphic in 2018. Ranked first. The gap between Tulsa and Ranger is not a close call. More than half of all 50 U.S. state flags place a government seal on a solid colored background. Vexillologists call this an SOB flag, seal on a bedsheet. Seals were designed for official documents, held in hand, viewed up close. On a flagpole 100 feet in the air, they become unreadable clusters of detail. In the 2001 NAVA State Survey, seal on a bedsheet designs average below 4 out of 10. Minnesota ranked 67th out of 72. The Minnesota flag carried a scene of a Native American riding away from a white settler plowing a field, rifle nearby. The state's own lieutenant governor called it a depiction of manifest destiny, flying above the Capitol. In 2023, a widely viewed video called it the worst in the Union. The legislature established a redesign commission. 2,123 public submissions came in. On December 19, 2023, the commission voted 11-1 to adopt a design by 24-year-old Andrew Preaker, a blue field. The outline of the state, a white North Star. The flag became official May 11, 2024. Ted Kaye called it outstanding. A local poll found 49% of voters would have kept the old one. Mississippi, Utah, and several other states have also changed or are actively reconsidering their flags in recent years. The movement is ongoing. Now the level where the stakes are highest, Belize, the only sovereign nation whose flag uses human figures as a primary design element. Two men with tools representing the logging industry, rendered in detail that disappears at any practical viewing distance. The flag is also the product of political compromise. Red stripes added to both ends to satisfy an opposition party. It looks exactly like what it is. Haiti. The state flag adds a detailed coat of arms to an otherwise simple blue and red bicolor. Cannons, a palm tree, national text, all on a white panel at the center. At distance, the coat of arms reads as a cluttered insert that was never properly integrated into the design. Nepal, the only non-rectangular national flag in the world. Two stacked triangular pennons, with a geometric construction written into the national constitution. Unmistakably distinctive. Also the only national flag that creates consistent complications for standard flagpole hardware, proportional display, and manufacturing. Eswatini, a traditional oxhide shield, two spears, and a fighting stick at the center. Historically grounded, by design standards, among the least simple of any national flag. At distance, the central emblem does not read clearly. Observers have described the shield's shape as difficult to identify with confidence. Turkmenistan, a vertical red stripe, runs down the left side of the flag, carrying 5 intricate carpet patterns representing the country's 5 major tribal groups. The detail is genuine and historically grounded. From any meaningful distance, the entire stripe becomes a red blur. Vexillologists consistently identify it as the most visually complex national flag in the world. Mozambique. The current flag was adopted May 1, 1983, and is written into the national constitution. Green, black, and golden-yellow tricolor, with a red triangle at the hoist. On the triangle, a yellow star, an open book, a hoe, and an AK-47 with a bayonet attached. It is the only national flag in the world with a modern firearm on it. The history is not incidental. Mozambique gained independence from Portugal on June 25, 1975, after more than a decade of armed conflict. The rifle, the hoe, and the book were deliberate symbols of defense, agriculture, and education. Since democratization in 1990, calls to remove the rifle have continued. In 2005, the government held an official redesign competition. 169 entries. A winner selected. Parliament rejected every proposal. As recently as November of 2025, a new design backed by nearly 80,000 public votes was put forward. The outcome remains unresolved. This is not a flag failing a design test. It is a flag a country has been arguing about for over 30 years. The 2022 numbers are straightforward. 60% of American city flags received a D or an F. More than half of all U.S. state flags remain seal-on-a-bedsheet designs. Several national governments are flying flags that fail basic standards of legibility. And in one case, a country has been attempting to change its flag for more than 3 decades without resolution. The guide exists. 5 rules. 16 pages, $2.99. Some governments used it, most haven't. And in Ranger, Texas, a 6th grader's design is still on the poll. 0.94 out of 10, and no redesign in sight.